Hello viewers, this Not Too Fast here. In today's video I'll be installing interior ambient LED light in this Nissan Rogue. The ambient lights will illuminate both the front row and the second row in this vehicle. With these LED lights you can change the color, adjust the brightness, and there's even an audio mode where the light will pulse to sound. This lighting kit is universal, so you can install this in any vehicle. Let's get started. Here's a look at this ambient lighting kit that I'll be installing into the Nissan Rogue. And it comes with 4 LED RGB light strips. So 2 of them will be installed underneath the dash on the front row. And 2 of them will be installed on the back side underneath the front seats. And that'll help illuminate the second row. It also comes with this control panel. And also this cigarette lighter power adapter. Each light strip does have double-sided tape you can use to stick this underneath the dash. Here I'll connect power to this power plug. And at the end here you have this on-off switch. You can turn this on. And with this control panel, the top button is for power. You can turn this on and off. In the middle, this button will change the color. The last button at the bottom, if you press it once, it will fade from one color to another. Also it will pulse with music or sound. So when I'm talking right now, you see how it pulses. If you want the solid color, just press the middle button right here. And this will stay at the color that you set it to. Now it does remember the last setting you have it at, so if I turn this off and turn it back on, it will remember the last color. Very nice feature. With this kit that I have, I do want to mention the 4 LED strips are in one continuous string. I actually made a diagram showing you how I'm going to run the wire for this. So when I'm installing this, I'm actually going to start from the front, install the first strip on the driver's side, run the wire to the second row, install the second LED strip, run across to the passenger side, and then lastly, go back up to the front passenger side. Now I know they've updated the design of these kits. By the time you buy this, the wire will come out of the controller, then it'll split to 2 separate run of the LED strips. So looking at this diagram, you can see one side will have 2 strips, and the other side will have the 2 other strips. This is something I do want to mention in case if you're installing yours, and you're thinking why is your kit different than the one I have. So the way I'm going to install this is start with the driver's side underneath the dash. I'll stick one here. And then I'll route the wire around the side step here, install the second one underneath the driver's seat, and then I'll cross over to the passenger seat, go back around the side step on the passenger side, and install the last strip underneath the glove box, and then route the control panel to the center console. Looking at the driver's side dash, underneath, I'll install this first LED light strip in this position right here, and besides using the double-sided tape, I'm going to use some tie wrap to tie it onto this panel you see right here so it won't come off. Next I'll route the wire behind this kick panel along the side. Next, I'm going to remove this panel. I'm going to run the wire alongside this factory harness. I'm going to move the seat forward. I'm going to feed the wire underneath the seat rail. Right now you're looking at the back side underneath the front seat, and there are a couple of rubber straps like this one and this one right here you can use to hold the LED strip in place, and that's what I'll do right now. And since there's really nothing you can stick the double-sided tape to, I'm going to leave the backing on double-sided tape in place. I'll use tie wrap to strap it up here. From the driver's seat, route the cable underneath the center console over to the passenger side. Right now you're looking at underneath the passenger seat, and just like your driver's side, I'm going to strap this LED strip on these two rubber straps right here. Now tuck the rest of the wire to the front, out to the side. On the passenger side, I'll remove this panel. I'll tuck the wire and run it along this factory harness. Tuck the wire underneath this kick panel. Now I can reinstall this. Using a double-sided tape, I'll stick this underneath this plastic trim piece right here. And here's a look at the installed LED strip. I'm going to remove this panel here. With the panel removed, you can route the wire behind this panel right here and then plug the cigarette lighter plug into this accessory outlet. With the controller, you can use a double-sided tape to stick it along the side here or over here on the side. Plug in the cigarette lighter power adapter. Now turn on the ignition. See the ambient light turn on. And here's a look at the second row.
1 hour later.
Now if you follow my channel, you know I always like to do custom work. So I've taken apart this cigarette lighter power connector. I'm actually going to hardwire this to the vehicle. Now in all Nissan vehicles, on the driver's side and the passenger side, they've actually pre-installed this accessory connector you see right here. On this connector with all these wires, one of the wire will provide ignition 12 volt and one of them is ground. So I'm going to tap onto the correct wire on this connector and get ignition 12 volt, and that will power the interior accent lights. Now if you're looking at the connector this way, the bottom right hand pin is your ground and the top left hand pin is your ignition 12 volt. If you're going to wire this yourself, make sure you use a multimeter and check it to make sure those are the right wires. On this Nissan Rogue, the ignition 12 volt is yellow wire and the ground is black wire. Here I have my multimeter connected to those two pins. I'll turn on the ignition and you see it'll give you 12 volt. I'll turn off the ignition and it'll go to 0 volt. So here I soldered and extended the wire that you see right here. So here I'll be using this type of tap to tap onto the wire. I'll first connect the positive wire. Next is the negative wire. Now the two taps are installed. With any installation you do, make sure you test it before you put everything back together. I'll turn on the ignition. As you can see, it does light up. I can also turn it on and off with this controller. Change the color. So I ran that controller through that center area over to the driver's side. I removed the panel on the driver's side and I ran the controller with a wire along this edge, and using the included double-sided tape, I'll put the controller right here. And here's a look at the installed controller. On the driver's side, it's very easy to control the lighting. I'll turn on the ignition and you'll see the LED light turn on. Here's a look at the second row. This brightness you're seeing is actually on a dimmer setting. When I had it at maximum brightness, it was very bright at night and it was quite distracting when you're driving. Using the controller, I'm going to set the brightness to highest so you can see how bright it gets. And this maximum brightness. As you can see, it's very bright. Now if I press this middle button, I can change the color. And to turn on the mode where it pulses to sound, press this button right here. And anytime there's sound in this cabin, the light will pulse and change color. And if I want to turn it off, just press the power button right here and it'll turn it off. I really like the look of these ambient interior lights. You can set it to whatever color you like. Now this one that I installed in this video is actually an older version. The new one will have Bluetooth connectivity to your mobile phone, so you can make the adjustments using the phone or on the control panel. If you're interested in installing this in your vehicle, check out the link below. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.